Well, I'm excited to get in and talk some about the book. Let's look at the first question, which is, are you willing to grow up? So what do you mean by that? And what are some of the signs that let us know if we need to grow up or not?
This may not be the most important question, but it is the first question that someone should ask before they get married. Pastor Rick Warren said that after 30 years of marriage counseling with couples, both before marriage, in marriage, and after marriage, he said, I can sum up all of my advice in 2 words: grow up. At the risk of sounding trite, and at the risk of oversimplifying something that is a little more complex, until we are ready to grow up, until we are ready as men and women to embrace maturity, it's going to be really, really hard to have a good marriage. It's going to be hard to have any good relationships. So in the book, we try to make the point right off the bat that there are some things you can look at in your life that will show you if you really are maturing, or if you have kind of hit a stage of stagnancy in your development. In the natural world, things grow to a point and then they stop growing. Human beings go through adolescence, they change, their bodies change, but eventually we stop growing. I'm 6'2", I stopped growing at about age 18. But we should continually be growing and maturing emotionally and spiritually and socially. Unfortunately, when we're not aware of the fact that we've stopped maturing, then we superimpose that immaturity on our relationships. So there's some areas that we can look at in our own life to show us whether or not we're grown up enough to be married. How do you spend your money? How do you respond when you're disappointed? How do you react when you don't get what you want? How much debt are you in? How much do you eat? How much do you drink? How much money do you spend on a weekend? Do you have a budget? How many friends do you get angry at in the course of a week for silly, childish, stupid reasons? How many knockdown, drag-out fights do you have with your parents, your roommates, your friends, your coworkers? Do you show up to work on time? Are you constantly running late? Do you make excuses when things are your fault instead of taking personal responsibility? Even small things like, how neat is your bedroom? How clean is your house? How quickly do you pay bills? How much a year do you have to spend in late fees because you don't pay your bills on time? These are simple issues of maturity. And marriage is for grown-ups. So if you want to be married, grow up. That's one of the things we say in the book. Marriage is for grown-ups. So if you want to get married, you need to grow up. And that's more than just a generic concept. That happens in real life every day by doing small things with excellence and consistency.
And has nothing to do with chronological age.
Nothing. Oh, we say that in the book several times. Maturity has nothing to do with the accumulation of years. Maturity has everything to do with the acceptance of responsibility.